and welcome to Inside Outlook. I'm Jeff Havers, Superintendent of Pemberton Township Schools. As I stated in our opening show for the year, one of our district goals continues to be to improve student attendance. The importance of good attendance cannot be overstated. And while we have made progress in reducing the number of students who are chronically absent, we still need more students to be present in our classrooms every day. Joining me today to talk about the importance of good attendance, as well as the programs we have in place to improve student attendance, are Mr. Swaney, Principal of Busansky Elementary School, and Mr. Eyler, Principal of Helen Middle School. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Swaney, as we have said over and over again, children must be present in school to learn. As a principal of 3rd through 5th grade students, can you tell us why good attendance is so crucial to their learning?
Absolutely. The most important thing is their presence because of the academics that they have access to while they're with us. We know that children who miss over 10% of the days during the course of the school year suffer in terms of their academic growth and achievement. In addition to that impact, we also see the impact with regard to their social emotional development. In terms of their presence every day, it's so critically important to have those relationships with adults in addition to other students.
And Mr. Swaney, what happens if students are not reading at grade level by 3rd grade?
If students are not reading at grade level by 3rd grade, generally it takes a lot of time and effort to catch them up. And we're committed to doing that. However, certainly our hopes would be to have them at grade level when they arrive to us in 3rd grade.
Yeah, and if you're not attending school on a regular basis, that makes it harder and harder to stay where you need to be in terms of reading and social emotional progress as well, right?
Absolutely.
That's why we're stressing the importance of good attendance in the early years, all the way down to our preschoolers. We want our students to get a good start before learning deficits can accumulate. And the best way to do that is to attend school daily from the first day of enrollment, right?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Eyler, we know that starting out with good attendance in the early years can help build student success, but suppose that doesn't happen. What effects can poor attendance have on students in the middle school years?
There are a large amount of effects, not just academically, but also, as Mr. Swaney pointed out, socially and emotionally. There is simply no substitute for being physically in a classroom in a building. Even when students are not engaged in academic activities, they are still learning to interact with each other, learning to problem solve, learning to be critical thinkers. I look at attendance a lot like if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. You can sit at home and you can read a book, but the reality is the interaction that you have after reading that book or reading that passage is just as critical, because then you get to learn different viewpoints of other students, as well as you have the guidance of an experienced teacher in the classroom to kind of make sure that you stay on, whatever the topic is that you're researching about, learning about at any given time.
Wow. A misconception some parents have is that if an absence is excused, it doesn't count toward the student's total for the year. Can you clarify that for us?
Yeah, there's actually no such thing as an excused absence. Now, there are instances, where a student goes to the doctor. There's actually 5 that are defined by the Department of Education that are excused absences. You can go on a college visit, a driver's test, but simply staying home and a parent writing a note is not an excused absence. But looking at that even deeper, even if you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a note and you come to school, yes, on paper, it might be an excused absence, but you're still missing out on the learning. And so that's why it's incredibly important for the instances where we wake up a little bit later so we miss the bus. Is an example that I would use where we really have to make sure that we don't miss school for those reasons, because we are going to get sick. It's the nature of people in general. But we want to make sure that we are minimizing the times we're not in school for every other possible reason.
Yeah, it's a great point. We're going to get sick. There may be a doctor's note. It may be excused from the school. The state doesn't excuse it, but we will as a school. But we're still missing out on that learning. So to your point, people generally are going to get sick. So we need to be really mindful of any other days that are going to be taken off. And research also shows that if students begin the year by missing 2 or 3 days in September, they're likely to keep that pattern going throughout the school year, right? Which would lead to chronic absenteeism. So our district is attacking chronic absenteeism from many different angles. Mr. Swaney, tell us some of the programs you have initiated at Busansky to try to combat this issue?
Sure. The first thing is to create the best environment possible for our students. So through our character education programs, we want to make sure that we're providing positive role models to the students and encouraging positive behaviors. In addition to that, we have positive behavior and support programs where students earn recognition based on their attendance, their completion of academic work, and their demonstration of good character. They earn opportunities for a variety of fun activities that we have planned for the students, and we're looking forward to those as the year progresses. Our first event is planned for November.
Wonderful. And Mr. Eyler, middle schoolers can be a tough audience when it comes to getting them involved and excited about something. Tell us about some of your initiatives to improve student attendance.
We've got a lot of really great programming that has been really well received by students over the last couple of years. We've run roller skating trips in the past. This coming October, right now, we're going to have in-school soccer games for our boys and our girls soccer team. So if a student has one absence or less between September 15th and October 11th, as well as 0 demerits, they'll get an admission ticket, and the game is right during the school day. So they'll be in the stands cheering on their peers. Really, it's an exciting event. I think the kids are very excited about it. We also have some year-long programs running. Right now at the middle school, we have a program called Beat Mr. Eyler. So anybody who has less absences than I do, so combined absences, less absences than I do, they will be eligible for a special program at the end of the year. And I keep reminding them that over the course of my career, I've averaged right between 4 and 5 absences a year. So that's really what they're shooting to try and accomplish.
Wonderful. Thank you both for sharing your ideas with us. Is there anything else either of you like to add before we go about chronic absenteeism and attendance?
I think one of the things that I've been having a lot of conversations with the last year and a half is that I want parents to realize that they do not have to take on difficulties if a student is struggling getting to school. That is not solely resting on their shoulders. They can reach out to the school, to myself, to the assistant principals, counselors, child study team, teachers, because sometimes we need to really push some students to go to school for a variety of reasons, and we want to dig into why they're reluctant to go to school. So if there's one piece of advice that I would give all parents and guardians, if your child is at home and giving you a hard time about going to school, it is never too early to reach out to let us know so that we can start to provide interventions right off the bat. Because one of the other things about chronic absenteeism is it's not usually a one-year thing. Now, it does happen on occasion to be a one-year thing, but usually students who are chronically absent, it happens year after year after year. So we want to get out in front of that as early as possible.
And to Mr. Eyler's point, the earlier in the year that we start recognizing that there might be an issue, then the earlier we can intervene. So now's a great time of year to take a look at how's my child doing in terms of attendance, and if we see problems bubbling up, then like he was saying, that partnership between the school and home can be critical in terms of helping the children to get to where they need to be.
Absolutely. It's a partnership, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you both very much for joining us today. And of course, all 9 of our schools are working extremely hard to increase attendance. And while we've made effective strides towards decreasing the number of students who are chronically absent, we still have room for improvement and ask for everyone's support in this important endeavor. And again, as Mr. Eyler and Mr. Swaney pointed out, if you need support, please reach out to the building principals, reach out to the guidance counselors. We're here to work together as a team. A few reminders before I go. The next Board of Education action meeting will take place Thursday, September 25th at 6:30 p.m. in the Pemberton Township High School auditorium. Our back-to-school nights have concluded, and we thank all the parents who attended and made these nights a success. Your active support makes our entire learning community stronger. That's our show for today. I look forward to seeing you next time on Inside Outlook.